everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lena, and you can find me online at www.conjureknits.com. Today, we are here to do the Cancer TarotScope for May 2021. We are going to be using the Heart of Fairy Oracle by Brian and Wendy Froud. Before we get started, I would like to say thank you for viewing my video. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, smash that like button, and click on the little bell so that you'll be notified of when I go live or upload new videos. I do try to stay pretty busy here on my channel. Every month, I do all 12 zodiac signs monthly tarot scopes. I do a card of the day reveal every day. On Sundays, we have Conjure Crew with myself, Mambo Tanya, and the Black Bonnet Witch. On Mondays, I upload the weekly forecast. On Wednesdays, we have the virtual book club. We are currently reading Enchantment of the Fairy Realm by Ted Andrews, and it has been so much fun. I also randomly pop on and do free readings, and I randomly pop on and do Pippa Time, where I take my little dog for a walk and talk about random stuff. So you're going to want to make sure that you get all my notifications just so you can say, hey, what's she up to today? Well, let's go check it out. All right, well, I feel like I have rambled on long enough, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Card number 1. What is the challenge for this month? And we have the bright spark. This is about understanding, illumination, and idea. A little flash of inspiration or a bright spark is sometimes needed because it can be so difficult to figure out what's going on. Life is a total mystery. People who are close to you seem to be speaking in a foreign language. You just can't understand how they could possibly do or say the things they do. You need a key. You need that little bit of brightness to illuminate the miasma of confusion surrounding you. Let the bright spark light up your life. It's only a flicker, but it is just enough to let you glimpse the correct direction you should take when trying to understand a seemingly incomprehensible situation. So often, it takes only a tiny amount of understanding to turn a situation around. And once you can see the way ahead, you can help others to understand as well. Only one person needs to have a spark of inspiration in any given situation. Let it be you. Card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? And we have the joy of the future. This is about fearful anticipation, optimism, living in the now. If you look at the joy of the future, you will see that it is full of possibilities. The pixie holds nuts capable of turning into trees, and the other beings are filled with joyful anticipation, ready to jump into whatever the future holds for them, except for the little man in the left-hand corner. See how worried he is? Anticipation is really what this image is about. The future is coming, and soon will be the present. There isn't anything we can do to stop that from happening, but we often fear about what the future holds. This uses up a lot of energy. You can use that same amount of energy thinking that something good is coming. It takes courage to anticipate joy. There is always the chance of being disappointed. It's so much easier to expect the worst and then be pleasantly surprised if things go better than you thought they would be. I've found from personal experience that believing that all will be well really can work. It isn't easy to believe, but it is possible If you concentrate on the present, you don't have time to worry about the future in great detail. If you can learn to move through life with a sense of non-specific joy anticipation, you may find that some of the barriers that were in your way just disappeared. Fairies live in the now, the moment. This moment matters more to them than any past or future. We, of course, are mere mortals, but we can try to emulate them. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? And we have, okay, we got the child. This is pure joy, sense of wonder, and acting without judgment. Look at this fairy child. She embodies pure delight, pure joy of being alive to the world around her. Children spend time in the realm of fairy without realizing that it's a separate reality. And for them, perhaps it isn't. My daughter Taylor used to see fairies all the time. I just took it for granted that she could and encouraged the interaction. You know, a lot has been written about getting in touch with your inner child, but it isn't always as easy as it seems. To experience something without judgment is almost impossible for an adult. We have too much to compare it with, but we must try to do just that. Take a few minutes and really look at this card. Look at the creature in the background as well. That creature is looking at the little spark of light just like the fairy child is. They share that experience. The spark is reflected in their eyes and echoed in the lights at the tips of the child's wings. In the distance, you can see another little light. Is it getting closer or leading you further in? What happens if you follow it? The child can fly. Imagine flying with her. Follow the light and see where it goes. Try to imagine seeing the situation you are in as a child would see it. Don't analyze, just observe and see what happens. Card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month? And we have In Two Minds. This is about internal dialogue, decision, action. Should I? Shouldn't I? I could do it this way, but then again, I could do it that way. I could change things, but then again, I could just let things be the way they are. I could get up and do something, or I could sit here and think about it. Do I want Chinese food or Italian? A walk in the park? Or another hour in front of the TV? Decisions plague our lives. In Two Minds has never made a decision in his life, at least not one that he has stuck with for more than a minute or two. He can't. He literally has two voices going on in his head at all times, and they never ever agree. Do you recognize him? He may be living in your head even as you're listening to this. If he is a familiar figure to you, then it is time to acknowledge him and remember that once you acknowledge him, his presence can be useful. You recognize the fact that although any argument has at least two sides, in the end, you have to choose and make a decision. It may not end up being the right one, but until you decide on some sort of action, you are as stuck as he is, forever arguing with yourself, forever in a static state. Be brave. Do something. When you take that first step, you'll find that the next one may be much clearer and more obvious than you could have ever imagined. Card number 5. What opportunity should I seize this month? And we have The messenger. This is about confusion, mischief, gossip. The messenger flits between the fairy courts, delivering messages and whispering gossip and news to all. He can be a force for good intentions or mischief. There is nothing he likes more than a complication where one isn't necessary. Forever ready to tell you what someone else thinks, especially about you. He causes trouble, but always with the excuse, I just thought you should know, or I'm just trying to be helpful, while making sure that whatever it is he tells you causes dismay or confusion. The messenger loves a good laugh at someone else's expense. He wants to make sure you verify what people are telling you, especially about how someone else feels or about any aspect of your relationship. Gossip can be irresistible, but the hurt it causes is not so easily mended. Be aware of the messenger in your life and take what he tells you with more than a grain of salt. All right, my beautiful Cancers, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. Card number 1, what is the challenge for this month? And we got the bright spark. This is telling me that this month it will be kind of hard to really get those creative juices flowing, those ideas. You may be feeling stuck. If you do feel stuck, I want you to come back to this video, or you can stop it right now and take a screenshot of the cards. But I want you to really try to meditate on the bright spark and get in touch with her and ask her to open you up to receiving more creative ideas, for you to be able to see that light at the end of the tunnel. I don't want you getting all depressed, okay? Please, let's not go down that road. Like I said, it is going to be a challenge for you this month to find that shining light, that creativity, your muse and such things. But please don't fall down into depression. That leads us into card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? The joy of the future. Don't worry about anything. You've got what you need. You see the fairy here holding the seeds and the nuts. Okay, let's think about it this way. You've got the seed. You've got the little acorn in your hand. But it's just a little acorn, right? You have to bury it in the ground. You have to feed it. You have to water it. Make sure it gets sunlight. And it will learn to grow. And as it grows and starts to sprout, eventually it's going to grow into a mighty oak, okay? And that little seedling or that little acorn that you're holding right now, you have to hold on to the belief and the faith that one day that tiny little thing is going to be a mighty oak. And that is when your reward will come. So hold on to that joy and hold on to that faith that you know that it's going to be this tremendous, mighty thing, even though it's small now. It's not always going to be small. All right, let's keep going. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? Well, actually, you got the Child, but that kind of goes with card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month, in which you got the Two Minds? So this is telling me that there has been some procrastination going on. Maybe, just not taking care of responsibilities. I'm not saying anything bad, don't get me wrong. But maybe, how do I put this? How do I put this into words? Okay, the Child is showing me very childlike behavior, the inner child coming out, having fun, and rather than doing the things that you're supposed to do, as in card number 4. You're procrastinating. Make a decision, okay, and go with it. What opportunity should I seize this month? Well, actually, I don't feel like this is an opportunity, except for you to be aware of when it is the messenger. You will hear a lot of gossip. People will bring things to you. You will see things on social media, things like that. Please note that this is the messenger and he likes to cause chaos. Okay. He likes that drama. He likes to be spreading the gossip around. So keep that in mind when you hear this stuff or when you see this stuff on social media. That's the messenger. He's just trying to start some shit. Okay. And don't get involved in all the mess. Okay. So looks like you've got a lot of challenges this month, Cancer. You really do. Your creativity is down. Your big mighty oak is still an acorn. Maybe playing around, having some fun rather than making decisions. And then there's gossip involved. So the biggest thing for you this month, my advice, is to pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on around you, because you're letting outside outside people and circumstances interfere with what you're supposed to be doing. So just try to, be aware, hey, these things are out here and they're trying to stop me, and I'll be damned if I let something like that stop me. I'm going to bust through all of this with all my power and might, because I am a beautiful and successful person and nobody can hold me down. And then just keep moving forward. You're going to get through this. This is just a challenging month for you, okay? I'm sorry. I hate giving readings that are not like, whoa, woo, woo, yoo-hoo. But sometimes we got to face the facts. Just be aware this month you will have challenges and things being thrown at you. Just water off a duck's back. Put your bubble of protection up and let that shit bounce right off. Don't let it hit you. Don't let it get you down. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are successful. And you can get through this. You will get through this. And you're going to be a mighty oak on the other side. All right. I hope that this reading has resonated with you and will help lead you and guide you throughout the month of May. If you do feel that it has helped you and it will help someone else, please feel free to share it. If you would like a more detailed and personal reading, you can go over to my website at www.conjureknits.com. Click at the link at the top of the page that says book a reading, and I will talk to you soon. All right, guys. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, and block-busting month. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.